To list all available commands, enter. Okay, hello? Is it?
Are you good to start?
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
To refill my coffee. Hold on.
Oh, ready?
Yes. I think I see you fine.
Are you ready?
Yes, let's go.
Let's bring it on.
So my character I play is Michelle, and she's dating Laura, which is Jenny's character, and their relationship is an open relationship. It's so they're not. It's untraditional in that they're able to date other people. They don't really. It's from what I'm gathering right now, they don't really talk too much about what's going on in their separate sort of dating situations, but they know they know it's out there. And
she's completely fine with this arrangement, I think.
Laura is also dating Rebecca, which is Alisha's character. So my character knows about that, and possibly down the line there might be some sort of drama ensuing based on that.
I don't think Rebecca has anybody else in her life besides Laura. So even though she's in an open relationship, she's not, I guess, using that open relationship ticket at the moment.
I think Laura, between the three of them, is the one that's coming out a winner. She's getting everything that she wants out of the situation. Meanwhile, the other two beautiful, wonderful ladies within this sort of triangle are getting less out of it. Maybe
she has more feelings for Laura than she gives on, than she makes clear. So
she's really into Laura, and Laura is, I think, into Rebecca, but she's also into the other relationship that she's in.
Because I don't think that Laura withholds anything. I think that Rebecca is afraid to ask the questions that she really wants to know. Mm-hmm. There's this sense of, like, Laura's not going to, like, if Rebecca said, hey, I want to know about the other person that you're seeing, Laura would be like, all right, I'll definitely tell you.
Rebecca, consequently, I think gets split sometimes in the middle of that.
The onus really is on the person who is dissatisfied to make their dissatisfaction known and communicate it.
She doesn't get as much as she gives. And I think she wants something in her life where she is going to get back as much as she gives.
Laura is satisfied. Laura is getting what she needs and wants, and she asks for what she needs and wants. Rebecca is not getting what she needs and wants, and is not really doing a good job at saying what she needs and wants. And I'm not blaming, Rebecca. I'm not trying, but, we are, in a certain way, like Tina says, responsible for our own happiness, and Rebecca is just starting to learn that, I think, that she's responsible for her own happiness, that she's dissatisfied. She needs to take steps. And she's got a partner who's game for that.
What is your kind of feeling about that sort of relationship setup? Do you generally think in life it works, or you got an opinion on this?
Yeah, I think that open relationships can work, and I do think that there are a lot of, it takes honesty and trust and a lot of free-flowing information so that everybody knows where they stand at all times for it to really truly work in a sustainable fashion.
I think that it can work if everybody involved wants that dynamic. I think if, there's one person who really wants just like a committed, two-person relationship, and then they're kind of putting up with the fact that the person they're with wants to date other people, like, that's going to eventually backfire and be a problem. But I think if all people involved want to have sort of the ability to have connections with a lot of different people, I think it can work. I do.
The fact that it gets such a bad rap, I think, is because people tend to keep their business, and the people who are making open relationships work are not necessarily broadcasting it all over the place. They're just quietly living their lives.
I think it's tricky, though. I think from what I hear, it seems the majority of the time the concept sounds great, but then once you're in the nitty-gritty of it, jealousy comes up, and yeah.
I get jealous, and I've tried even, dating more than one person at a time openly, and I have found it very stressful.
I don't know if it's for everyone, and I don't know if monogamy is for everyone, you know?
People want it to be something that they want, and then they actually don't. Yeah.
I'm sort of a sap, and I like to believe that, you know, monogamy works.
I did that for a little bit in my life, a tiny bit, and then I met somebody that I really wanted to invest in fully, and for me, that I understand that more than I do an open relationship.
Love comes in all forms and all sort of structures, and as long as there's open communication and sort of there's such a thing as ethical non-monogamy, and I think that that's a real thing, and I think that people make it work.
The biggest thing about any relationship is to just be open and communicate, you know, and understand where someone's coming from, and understand, you know, communicate where you're coming from too.
I think that there are all sorts of situations that people have carved out for themselves as far as how to keep the primary relationships in their lives stable and happy. And sometimes that requires them being completely monogamous, and sometimes that requires them to go outside of that primary relationship and find other ways to engage with people. And I don't think that's unethical, as long as everybody's cued in, you know, as long as everyone knows where they stand and that there isn't any deceit going on.
In any relationship, friendship, or more than, when you don't communicate, things get wonky, and people start to misinterpret, and connections get lost. So, yeah, it's not for me, but there have been people I know that have been amazing at it and make it work, but I get too stressed out about it, and for me, I like, you know, I get I want that person all for myself.
Okay, so in terms of where do you think your character sits then in that?
I believe that Michelle wants this to work. I believe, and it's funny because I said to Tina, you know, well, what nobody knows is that Michelle has her own little fling on the side with somebody else, but I believe that maybe
Spin
she
off.
has...
Spin off.
Spin off, exactly.